Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fine episode of Clash of the Podcast. For those who don't know, let me educate you. Clash of the Podcast is where everything pro wrestling meets Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, and we come together to talk all the latest and greatest in the wonderful world of pro wrestling. Tonight's topics are going to be rough. They're going to be tough, and we're probably going to have to take them both down, or all of them down, truthfully. But we'll try to find some wholeness and goodness in all of this and talk a little pro wrestling, man. We're in WrestleMania season. We're in All-In season. We're in Double or Nothing season. Dark Side of the Ring season. We got debuts. We got matches being made. We got problems. We got bigger problems. It doesn't end, brother. It doesn't end.
It doesn't.
And Raw is back at its usual time slot tonight. So we'll see how people are feeling about all of this. With that being said, Sean, it's not really much else left to say, right?
Other than it's a pleasure to be with you once again, my brother. And please do me a solid and drop that thing.
Yes. Welcome, everybody. Got a lot to get into. Lots of stuff to talk about, man. Jumping right up to the top. My guy, Joel, Sean, Conrad are some of the kindest people. I appreciate that, brother.
God bless you, Joel. We feel the same way about you, big dog.
I feel like we should be paying you to say that. You know what I mean? But I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. It goes a long way, my brother. Trust me.
It does.
XG Dub in the house saying, let's go. Appreciate you. That was early. Early. Our boy Doug in the house. Another Monday, another clash. Wrestling season is over for the interns, and I'm off to work in time to watch live and in living color. Conrad, Sean, chat, teach me. As Sean begins to Dougie for Dougie. And he continues saying, teach me how to Dougie. Can it be teach me how to Dougie V? Because I actually know how to do that. Go ahead, Doug. We appreciate you, my brother.
Cleasy, 1-3Z, 4-tweezy says afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to you too, sir. Ray Thompson, always a pleasure, my friend. He says, happy Monday, guys. Hope everyone had a great weekend. We hope the same for you and your beautiful family.
Thank you, Ray. Much appreciated. All love, brother. He's talking about Dynasty overall show. Me and Sean are going to definitely get into that. That is the thumbnail. That is the main thing that we're going to be talking about today. I'm interested in hearing people's thoughts and theories about some of this stuff, too, because I told Sean today, if you don't know, some people tell me I should have been a lawyer in another lifetime, and my job kind of revolves around that, too. So I try to see things from both sides, like all the time. And depending on which way Sean wants me to go, or he could ask for both, it doesn't matter to me. I will tell you how I see it from both sides. And it's going to be quite interesting when it comes to that. Quill's in the house.
Quilly says, what's up, Conrad and Sean in chat? Your boy, Sir Quills, is back again to enjoy two of my favorite bros, CJ and Hubs. We feel the same way about you, dude. For episode 136 of the best wrestling podcast out today, Clash of the By God podcast, hashtag EPW, hashtag HWW. Thank you, good sir.
And he continues with his Dynasty thoughts, as you guys can see there. XG Dub said, let's go live from work. Appreciate you.
Have a good day at work, man. The only Vinny we like is in the building. Says, happy Monday, y'all. Playing flag football, but sending my love to y'all. God bless. Have a good game, man. And thank you so much. And thank you for the continued encouragement, man. I see how you move on Facebook and Instagram, and we appreciate it. I certainly appreciate the affirmations and the blessings, my brother.
Thank you, Vinny. Matt Lopez, a.k.a.
M. Leezy Fo Sheezy. Hello, good evening, everyone. Matt Lopez says, he says, hope everyone had a good weekend. Let's kick the week off right with the two aces of our pro wrestling community. Well, let's kick the week off right with the ace of the Clash of the Podcast, social media informant, because you always put us on, man. Thank you, brother.
And I just dropped in the chat the Discord link. Matt Lopez is over there. So the news is piling up for everywhere now. So make sure you guys are in there. Come in and talk some pro wrestling with us in there, man. Discord's popping off. We got some good people in there, man. We got sports talk in there. Anything you guys want to talk about, I'm pretty sure it's covered. If I'm missing something, send me a suggestion. Feel free, man. Joel saying evening. Appreciate you. Deanna. I only got to see the highlights, but look good. Okay, we'll get into some of that. Let me see here. Haha, I love you guys. Pizza when we get together. Don't sweat it.
Yeah,
all right, I'll take some NYC pizza.
You should, man. You're from New York, bro. Just because you're from that. Listen, when we're gonna figure out when we're gonna link up, bro. But when that day comes, I'll bring the pizza. You bring the wings.
Oh, always, bro. Always. Miracle says, what up, everyone? What's good, Miracle?
Miracle.
Appreciate you.
I'm searching for a miracle. You got me singing gospel tonight.
T-Ferg says, what's good, fellas? Didn't watch Dynasty. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of AEW shade on tonight's show. I don't know if you're referring to us or Raw, because they've been talking a lot about AEW.
We do not throw shade at AEW, and I think T-Ferg knows that. So I'm assuming he's talking about WWE.
Let's see here. McKinney's in the house.
Yo, I'm here to
talk. He says, I'm here to talk wrestle with the Fire Live chat and the best bros in wrestling. No, Clash of the Podcast. And to let y'all know, we're born ignorant, but it takes a lot to stay stupid. Diamond, let's go.
McKinney, always informative, always appreciated, big dog.
Doug said, my wise man dropping a bomb right there. What up, Beach?
What up, though?
Y'all? Hope y'all had a great day. Appreciate you, BJ. Ed Fries. Hey, y'all have a great show tonight, man. Thank you, Ed. Greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to see what your background picture is there. I definitely see Dawkins. Is that Sandow?
No, that looks like, if I'm not mistaken, I may be bugging. That looks like Elias with a goatee.
Could be. I don't know.
Perhaps that's Elias before he became Elias. I can see why you said what you said, Conrad, but Ed Fries, I think that is Elias. Am I wrong?
I know that's Dawkins. I don't know who that is.
1,000% it's Dawkins. But that looks like a younger, goateed, not Sandow. I see why you would say that, but that looks like a younger and goateed Elias.
See, the hair doesn't match. And the guy behind them, I have no clue who that is.
Yeah, the hair doesn't match because it's probably like, that looks like maybe like developmental. I'm going to say that's developmental Sandow. Developmental Elias.
Dawkins, Elias, and Madcap Moss. Oh, my goodness.
There you go.
Look at that. Well, that has to be like, I don't know. Someone's going to have to tell me what that segment's from, because now I'm interested. Elite Easy, what's good? He said, yo, wings are flat, and what's your Waffle House order? I don't have a Waffle House near me, but when I do, I usually get like that little blueberry, what is it called? Like the English muffin with the egg and like bacon on it. I'm going in. And I'm team flats.
Right. I think I'm in the minority when it comes to the mini drums. I go mini drums. And for my Waffle House order, I'm going traditional waffle. Don't sexy it up too much. Just traditional waffle, butter and syrup. And I'm going. I don't see what the infatuation is with the hash browns, but I'm going traditional waffle, butter and syrup, bacon, and some eggs scrambled well.
Listen, brother. The real question is with your wings, ranch or blue cheese?
You know what? I might surprise you with this one, big dog. I'm going blue cheese.
Okay.
I'm going blue cheese.
No, you're Buffalo then. You're good.
Yeah.
No, none of that ranch, man. I don't know if it was a fake tweet, but someone put out Josh Allen said that he preferred ranch, and I was like, you got to go, dog. You can't be having that. Jocelyn, the best day of the week. I found the Jarrett's Wrestling Archive here on Twitch. I'll send it to the Discord later. Yes, most definitely.
Jocelyn, we appreciate you, and as always, all the single ladies, all the married ladies, put your hands up.
Yeah, Dawkins, Elias, Madcap Moss. Yo, chill out, E. Chill out. Team Flats here. I stay away from the awful waffle. Deanna said smothered, covered in ham and cheese omelet, side of grits.
Oh, you know what, Deanna? This is why we love you. Thank you for the reminder about the grits. I am team grits also. I love grits, but I might freak you out, Brother Conrad and Chat and Deanna, with how I eat my grits.
Are you sugar?
I use sugar and butter. Yes.
Okay. It's all right. I've had them like it. I can't say I haven't. I like a traditional little pepper and cheese, and I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good right there. Throw some shrimp in. That's a bonus, though. McKinney said Michigan needs a Waffle House. McKinney, let's get that money together, bro. We can open them up in New York. Fights are free. There you go. That's how we got to do it. That's how we got to do it. Waffle House, get at me. That's where we disagree, Conrad. I can't stand blue cheese. Listen, Doug, it's okay, man. It's okay. Grits, butter, salt, and cheese. Go ahead, Deanna.
Listen, Deanna, and you too, Conrad. I'm not trying to tell you to do something where you feel so negatively about it that you would waste food, especially in this economy. But if you don't mind, Conrad, Deanna, and Chat, if you don't mind possibly wasting one bowl of grits because you don't like what I'm about to say, if you're open to wasting one bowl of grits, I beg you to try this recipe. Obviously, grits, it could be 5-minute grits, it doesn't matter. Grits with butter, make a note of this, butter, sugar, and if you mix in a scrambled egg. Now, don't make the mistake when I told somebody to do this before. They said, that tasted nasty. You know why it tasted nasty? Because they actually cracked an egg into the grits and stirred it around. No, stupid. That's not what I meant.
We hope you're not listening.
I mean, an egg that is already scrambled and cooked and then put it in. Now, Conrad, Deanna, Chat, if you're not willing to waste a bowl of grits to just give it a try, I implore you to do so.
Look at this. Doug, blue cheese guy myself. Okay. Jocelyn, drums, garlic parm, dry with ranch, Denny's, not Waffle House. Moon's over my hammy. We're a CCW state. I don't think the fights would last long. Leon, the King TV was good. Let me ask you guys. Denny's is better than IHOP overall. I prefer Denny's, but I had a bad experience at IHOP once on a date with my wife many, many years ago. They gave me a milkshake that tasted like coffee.
There you go.
And I don't know what they were doing. No instant grits, no blue cheese. It got chunks in it.
You know what? Easy. If you are too good for instant grits, then you must got money, brother. Because there's nothing wrong with instant grits over here, brother.
Bougie E.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, E, you too good for instant grits, my G?
Evie, like, make that oatmeal on the stove right now and start turning
you talk about grits from scratch, bro? I don't know where. Listen, we ain't got time or money for that over here, big dog.
Miracle said, "Wow, no stupid."
Miracle, am I lying? This person is a friend of mine. I said it to her face. Did you really think I meant that I wanted you to crack an uncooked egg into the grits? You freaking moron!
I didn't think that's how I would not have did that. It sounds bad.
Are you kidding me?
T. Ferg said, not a hockey fan, but shout out to Ovechkin. Never thought I'd see Gretzky goals and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's points record broken. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was time. Cool that he got to take a picture with Wade. I was actually watching some hockey this past weekend. Like, I really have fallen off because my Sabres are awful. But, yeah, I was catching up on some hockey this weekend and some NCAA basketball. Me and Sean were talking about it.
Yes, we were.
Yo, shout out to the AEW show as well. We're about to get into it. To the guy who was in the UNC shirt, he pulled up the score when Duke lost. I was like, that is a supreme hater right there. That is a supreme hater. Let me see here. Al Green's wife was a savage, guys. Them hot grits.
Al Green's wife was not playing. Let me tell you something, Leon. And you know I don't play about Jesus. I think that's the day Al Green got saved when he got them grits thrown on him. He got red. He got saved that day. He was like, I need to turn my life around.
I know he was singing that day.
Yes, he was.
Sauces. Ray said, I'm a mango habanero guy. I listen, nothing wrong with some hot honey. You could go with a lot, man. Sauce, sweet and spicy is my favorite combo.
There you go.
IHOP versus Days depends on who's cooking, but IHOP got the butter pecan syrup. That makes you think of the Michael Jackson movie out here, butter pecan.
Right.
You a lie and a cheat, Joe. I'm sorry. Not the Quaker grits, but not them 5-minute joints.
Okay, easy. You're not being bougie. If you're saying no 5-minute grits, but you are open to the regular Quaker grits, then you are being a real one. I appreciate you, big dog.
AEW Dynasty was last night.
Yes, it was.
They were live in Philadelphia.
Hey, Conrad, my brother, keep talking, but I'm about to give you as we watch AEW Dynasty this morning.
Motown Philly back again.
Yes, sir.
They were live, man. If you guys ever want to know how to watch it, these are the new pay-per-view providers. You got Main Event. I don't know what that is in Australia, but if you're in Australia, you enjoy it. You got Dave & Buster's nationwide, cable and satellite in North America, payperview.com. YouTube carries it. You even got Prime Video. Me and Sean watched this on friends of the show, Triller TV. Got to show them some love. Always the best way to watch the AEW pay-per-view. I had no issues last night with the pay-per-view via Triller, but did you notice the mics were popping a lot? Like, even on the pre-show, it was the S's. Like, and when someone said a P word, I was like, yo, fix this.
That was an audio problem in the arena, but it definitely was something that I heard vividly, yes.
I just was like, usually they would try to fix that, but maybe they didn't want to touch anything. Like, no, don't even touch it because something could go wrong.
Don't take that plug out. Wait, You've already taken the plug out. Don't put it back in.
Welcome to Beware of Dog. if you're old enough to know, you'll know that joke and why we say that.
Google it, kids.
We had 0 Hour hosted by Renee Paquette, RJ City, and Double J. That's JEFFJARRETT.
And my new line for Jeff Jarrett: the greatest TNA champion of all time. ... Because he booked it that way.
My world. We only had 2 matches on this pre-show. A lot more talking, and I felt the pre-show was different, Sean. Like, they didn't really go over video packages. It was a lot more talking and like, check out this thing we've got going on coming up, and check out that. It was different. I didn't know how to feel about it.
WWE back in the day had countdown shows that I thought were top tier. I bring that up to say this. I thought that's what AEW was like last night. I know you were saying what you were saying just now in a negative way, but I enjoyed it. I like when Todd Pettengill would walk through the arena. I like when Todd Pettengill or Doc Hendricks, a.k.a. Michael PSAs, would go and interview people backstage. I don't need the video packages during the countdown. I want to see the crowd filling up. I want to see the arena in its anticipation. I like the pregame show. I like AEW. Felt old school.
I wasn't even saying it as a bad thing, though. I felt like it was just different.
It was definitely different.
Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
I was just like, I'm not used to this. I'm not comfortable with this, but okay, let's rock. So we went in and we had 2 matches. I see people raving about AR Fox's performance. I thought he did tremendous in this. AR Fox was amazing. Top Flight did a really good job, and I'm a big fan of the Crew with Nick Wayne. Crew coming out with those some people call them Road Warrior jackets. I personally think they look like cells. You know what I mean? With spikes coming off of them. But I see a lot of potential with Nick Wayne and the Crew.
Back in the day, a friend of mine, still a good friend of mine to this day, would pick undercard guys and say, that's a future world champion. And years later, we would see if it came to fruition. I've had some hits, like Mr. Booker T. I've had some misses, like Matt Hardy, even though Matt Hardy was kind of a miss, but he just didn't live up to his brother. I've had some down. Yep. I've had some that are on the precipice of coming true right now. One that I share with you, my brother Conrad. I have hitched my wagon to the one and only Jey Uso. And I'm saying right here and now, Nick Wayne will be a world champion one day. That kid is special.
Very young, too. Very young. And I think AR Fox, I think it's really good that he's getting his flowers, too, for someone who's been around for so long. I could definitely agree with what Miracle's saying. Needs to be pushed ASAP. I don't want to dwell on these pre-show matches too long because we got a lot of show to talk about, but it was fast-paced. Nick Wayne gets the win with Wayne's World. Hits it on AR Fox. I thought it was well done and beautiful.
Yeah, saying Nick Wayne's a future world champion and hearing his finishing maneuver called Wayne's World. Please change the name. I'm begging you.
I like Wayne's World.
Oh, you like that? Oh, Conrad, you're too cool to like.
I love that movie.
Oh, the movie you like. I'm talking about the name of the move.
Yeah, Cassandra. That's what it makes me think of every time, though. Party on, Wayne.
Conrad, you're way too cool of a guy to like a finishing move called Wayne's World.
Wayne's World, baby.
Party it right. That's so it.
My favorite's the donut shop scene.
What's pretty. Now you got me thinking it's a great move now.
See? Double J, ain't he great?
He is.
Eric, what is good, my friend? Welcome. I agree with Miracle. AR Fox is talented. Put him in the faction with Swerve, Hobbs, and Kevin Knight. Can I tell you guys something? I think something happened with AR Fox, and I think that there was some trust lost. If you guys remember that All-In show where he was supposed to be in the tag match, and all of a sudden it was like, we got to change this. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if trust was lost. Like, oh, you told me you could get across. What's the deal? So I don't know what happened with that. I'm just speculating 100%. But AR Fox is tremendous, and I hope that he's back in the good graces and we see him more on TV. Crew is fire. I like them. What do you think of Leo Rush and Action Andretti?
I've always been a Leo Rush fan, and I think Andretti's a talented guy also. I think Leo is getting older, and I think he deserves his time to shine before it gets too late. He's still a tremendous athlete, but, sometimes the clock runs out on your chance at superstardom. I think he should be in the TNT title picture, but it looks like he's a long way away from that.
Leon disagreeing. Badmouth and Hook and Nick Wayne. I'm with Hubbs on that one. I'm leaning more towards Hubbs, man.
I hear you, Leon. I think that kid has something special, though, my G.
Deanna agrees, man. Moving forward, Sean, say it with me. He's the best rapper alive. Come on. Guys, I'm from Philly. He pulled out the Ben Simmons jersey, which was hilarious. I laughed so hard when he did that. He's like, guys, don't do it for me. Do it for Ben Simmons.
He's funny, but
he's so stupid.
He's a freaking moron, but in a good way.
Yes, that's the character.
Yep.
And he actually trademarked this. Best wrestler alive, and he walked around with it.
Hilarious.
This was the payoff, I think, to this whole thing and why he's been doing it for weeks and weeks and weeks. He comes out. Who's going to challenge him? The lights go out. We hear some new music. I'm like, who is this? By the way, Ruckus crushed this track. And it's Anthony Bowens. New attire, new music. Billy Gunn's with them. They're not doing scissors anymore. And Bowens just went out there and destroyed Max. Destroyed him. How'd you feel about it, Sean? You look sad. I don't know if you're a fan of the Acclaimed or what.
You know me pretty well, brother. When I think of the Acclaimed and I think of this breakup, I think of the Hollywood Blondes. Why did we break up this team? I don't understand why we broke up this team. Now, you got somebody like Brian Pillman who went on to be a major superstar. You branched off and you had Stone Cold Steve Austin become one of the biggest superstars of all time. Do we feel like Max Caster is going to be one of the greats? Do we feel like Bowens is on the verge of single superstardom? I don't know. I'm a fan of both. But sometimes we pull the figurative trigger too soon. And I think that the Acclaimed, if they were booked correctly, could have had more juice. You could have turned them heel again. Whatever it would have taken, but I don't like this incarnation of Bowens, and I don't like this incarnation of Caster. I really don't. I'm not a fan, and I hate to say that because yes, I was a major fan of the Acclaim.
Okay, I hear it. I see people, the 5-2 players. Some people seem like they liked it. Chad, I'd be interested to hear what you guys think. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a fan of the breakup. I think it might have been personal stuff too, Sean. Like some tag teams just won't last. There's I'm trying to think of like great rock bands who break up or a member gets kicked out. Look at Boyz II Men. We were singing them earlier and they're in Philly.
Right.
Like some people aren't going to stay in the group forever and they're not feeling it.
I just think sometimes, well, first of all, let me acknowledge your tremendous point because you're right. And if it was something beyond both of their control, it is what it is. But
And I'm saying that because Bowen said something in the scrum where I was like, oh.
Yes, sir. I'm with you. What I'm saying, though, is that if this was something that could have been worked out and they just, or better yet, let me put it to you like this. If this is something where both guys felt like they'd be better on their own, sometimes you can jump the gun. And I think that when I look at these two young men, as much, and Conrad, you know this, we talked about this off the air, I want to see both do well. I really, really do. But when I look at Max Caster and when I look at Bowens, I don't see single stars. I see a tag team that was over. I see a tag team that was relevant. I see a tag team that was good as a babyface. They were good as heels. You could have gone either way. And now we look at them and they're like, okay, we're really excited to see Bowens get his revenge. But you know where Bowens got his revenge, Conrad? You know, people need to really reel themselves back in and think about things. Where did Bowens get his revenge last night? On the pre-show. Bowens didn't. No, come on now. If that had been a different team that the company believed in as it relates to their singles run, it could. Max, are you telling me? Let me put it to you this way: are we saying that Max Caster couldn't have had an open challenge during the pay-per-view? He certainly could have.
I feel like this. So to me, it's not 1998. This isn't Road Dogg and Billy in what was it 99? I'm thinking of
when
they split a little. Yeah, this isn't like we're trying a singles run because you guys are super over and we're going to break you up. This is more of a okay. You guys want to try something? I'm going to give you a chance. But I'm going to give you a chance when I'm going to give you a chance. And they did this to build up Max. He's losing. That's fine. And I think he's going to end up with MJF. I don't know if anyone's noticed his little cut my music. And he always likes MJF. I could see him becoming his lackey or something eventually. But they're trying something different. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, if it doesn't work, what could you always do with Road Dogg and Billy too? And I always compare them to them.
Yeah, they could
reunite them.
Yeah. There's always the reunion. So you know what? Let's put that cherry on that Sunday with that option. I think they'll get back together, and I think that's best for both of their careers.
Absolutely. We'll just have to see how long it takes and how it plays out in between that. And I know he probably didn't want to catch the heat either for the raps. And you know what I mean? And maybe he got tired of doing the raps. We don't know. Robert, thank you for correcting me. He said Bowen's theme was actually not done by Ruckus. It's Jane's Addiction Underground. So they paid for it. And Miracle points out Bowens is also calling himself the pride of professional wrestling. I like that. That's a shirt seller for sure.
That's a play on words, and that's a play on words because of his background, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm cool with that.
No, that's a shirt seller right there, though. I think you can
make it is. Of course,
money.
Smart.
Yeah, interesting. Should have stayed a team. They're both going to be mid-card ROH guys in 2 months or gimmicks that take L's on the regular. We'll see. Oh, my apologies, Robert. Sorry.
What just happened?
He said, "Why are you calling me Robert? Big Rob, my bad."
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I could have said Bob. Sorry. Bob Lashley.
You know, a great point that Cleasy13Z makes. He says Jamie Hayter came back on a pre-show. It's something Tony loves to do. Well, let me ask you a question. Where's Tony? Where's Jamie Hayter now?
Ooh, I have a bold prediction. I'll save it for later.
Oh, she's going to win the Owen?
I think so. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Y'all be mad at me.
Yeah, that's what you would do. Your booking has been proven to be better than those who get paid for it.
I got ideas. If
they let us book the show, we'd have 2 amazing shows every week.
They do all right some weeks, but it could be better with me. You know, that's how you gotta be.
Look, you let me book WWE and they let you book AEW, and we got another war on our hands. Right now, we just have a little battle that's going on in the backyard.
Backyard battling. Let's start with the opener. We had Will Ospreay and Kevin Knight taking the place of Jay White. Jay White got taken out due to an injured hand. Will Ospreay, Kevin Knight, Sean. Like I think some of the tournament matches we're not going to have much to say, but
yeah, it's not much to say except the fact that Will Ospreay is still the best wrestler alive today, and Kevin Knight showed the world exactly what some of us who have watched him at other organizations and throughout his career have already known, that this kid is awesome. They're both awesome. They have amazing chemistry. I honestly, as much as I think that Ospreay is the best wrestler alive, I think that Knight should have won. I think you let the guy making his debut win. But then again, it's hard to give Ospreay a loss. I get that.
Not even that. I think Ospreay's been too giving already.
Maybe so. Or maybe have Knight face somebody else other than Ospreay.
You could have mixed it up, but he got an incredible opportunity. It's okay. Kevin Knight's someone who I could see being like the leader of Ring of Honor, like McKinney had mentioned, if they want to actually do some of these things. Terrell, what's good, man? I saw you in here, man. I wanted to show some love as well. What's good, Doug? Funny. Entertain 45. Long time, guys. I think the breakup is good just to have a feud, growth, and then a reunion. Always got that option. That's like
fair enough.
That's a Swiss Army knife in the back pocket. You could always pull that out and use it.
That's what
yo, appreciate you, Quills. He says that we're booking recipes for success.
God bless you, Quilly. We're hoping for an opportunity to do something like that one day, God willing.
Yes. Clown said that 180 D-Lo frog splash was sick. Yes.
Yep.
He's got bunnies. I'll say that. Watch those drop kicks. I haven't seen a drop kick that good since, man, I don't even want to know who I want to say.
AJ Styles, Bob Sparkplug Holly.
Mark Jindrak. We could do a whole show about best drop kicks. We'll be on here for an hour talking about Maven.
Yes, sir. Maven did have a good drop kick. Don't sleep.
That was Maven's move.
Yeah, facts.
Hey, going on to the next match. We hurt people. We hurt people. I love them. I love them. Yo,
we hurt people. We hurt people. We hurt people. Yo, for the culture. For the culture. Let's go.
Next time you have West Side Gun, though, put the camera on him and let him sing it a little bit. Let them know. Big Bill and Brian Keith, I actually think, a lot of people don't talk about like where growth comes from certain people. I see the growth in Brian Keith with Jericho. I see him more confident. I think he's a lot better. He's getting more TV time. That's a positive from it. I know there are plenty of negatives to bring up as well. Like I said, it's going to be one of those shows where you're like, Kyra, which side do you want to jump on? And I will say, Big Bill, we got to do something with this guy. We got to do something with this guy. They want him. They like him. You have to do something with him. What'd you think? MJF gets involved here, a little interference, and Brian Keith ends up getting dogged because he's left alone.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I mean, it is what it is. The Hurt Business, turn them babyface as soon as possible, please. Turn them, make the turn, make the switch, do it, please, and bump the music. And like Conrad said, focus on it's just me, Oos. Day one, we hurt people. It's the same vibe. Roll with it. Embrace that.
I agree. I think you run with it fully. I think they're on the way to becoming baby faces.
I just said turn them. What did I say? Did I say heel?
No.
Did I say heel by mistake?
No. I'm just saying you have to go with it. But the part that scares me is MJF.
Did I say turn them face? I thought I said turn them face.
I thought so.
Okay,
that's what I heard.
Yeah, turn them face as soon as possible. Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, cool.
so you got MJF, and he's here as well. I'm curious to see. I'm still interested in where this is going. They haven't shown their full hand yet. I don't know. I'm not ready yet. Look at this. Yo, people are really going in about drop kicks in the chat. I got Okada, Lance Storm, Hardcore Holly. Yes. Nick Nemeth. Orton. Yes. Good drop kicks. It's time to give Big Bill a singles run. I like it. I like Lashley better as a heel, though, in my opinion, Doug says.
Dougie, I feel you, but we got to embrace this we hurt people thing, man. Like, they're flowing right now, man.
This is what it always could have been, is how I like to think of it.
We hurt people. What? We hurt people. Who?
So I'm sure you're going to be hearing more about how MJF decked Big Bill in the back of the head with the Dynamite Diamond ring to help them get the win. I'm part of the team. I'm trying to be a team player. Mercedes Moné versus Julia Hart. Owen Hart's tournament quarterfinal matchup here. This match started off a little slow, in my opinion, but I think they picked up the pace. And by the end, I'm not going to lie, there were a couple points where I thought Julia Hart might win this. And then I knew better, though. But
as I boost my immune system with this chewable vitamin C,
he helps people.
There you go.
He helps people.
We got to do something with Mercedes Moné, man. She's top 5 in the world, but I feel like it's rinse repeat, bro. It's starting to feel that way. You know I love Mercedes Moné. It's starting to feel like rinse, wash, repeat, bro.
With what part of it?
The predictability of her matches is getting outrageous at this point.
Are you talking about like move selection? Or are you talking about the finish?
I'm talking about more specifically the finish, but move selection also if you really want to be nitpicky. I do not choose violence. I do not choose to be picky today. But the finish, it's like, bro, like, we got to do something. We got to do. Does she need to lose? I think so. I think we have to do something to switch it up a little bit. I love Mercedes Moné, so it's very, very hard for me to say what I believe is happening right now, which is that she's starting to get a little stale. I'm not feeling it as much as I should.
All right, I got random questions then here.
Sure.
Chat, feel free to chime in. Are all the horsewomen stale right now?
Yes. Absolutely.
Interesting.
Yes. Charlotte is like a week-old bag of chips that's been sitting open on the cupboard with no central air conditioning, no air, no nuts. Stale. Becky Lynch is stale at home. Bayley is stale. Bayley's about to be in a tag title match at WrestleMania. Stale.
That's if they win. Watch SmackDown.
Shut
the
up.
Mercedes puppet. This Mercedes puppet is more over than Mercedes. See, I don't know. I'm not ready to say that yet. Listen, I have theories on what I think is going to happen with this. I hope I'm right. Maybe if I'm wrong and Mercedes wins, I don't know. I think the Mercedes Hogan, and I'll even say it now, Cope Hogan, I'm tired of hearing this stuff. I feel like people are projecting stuff onto AEW that doesn't need to be projected. Trust me, my hate's coming soon. But let me stick up for them here for a second. What is this Cope Hogan Mercedes? She won a match against someone who she should have beat. What is this?
This is my problem because I want you to finish your point. My problem is that when I say that Mercedes Moné, parentheses, one of the best in the world, end parentheses, is starting to get a little stale, I don't want that to venture into me saying that she's Hogan. That's not me.
Not you, but okay. I saw a lot of things where they put like the Hogan mustache on her. That doesn't work for me, brother. And I just think that's being ridiculous. When did Hulk Hogan wrestle in the third match on the main card? Come on, guys, cut it out. She's been in it. If you can't figure out what they're doing, Mercedes gets the cool match that Mercedes wants to do, and Toni Storm gets the storyline. That way you split it up. One person's got the story, one person's got the wrestling. And probably one day they're going to meet, but not right now. And they're building it up. That's why Mercedes has all the belts, because she could travel around. Okay, go lose this one. Go do that one. And then come back, and we'll do this. The real money here is Athena. That is the story people want to see. They're telling you that. Some of these matches on the show were quarterfinal matches so that the person's there, so that you're happy you got to see one of your favorites probably, and you paid $50. That's why they did some of these. 100%.
And again, I can't stress this enough, Conrad. It's very important for you to know this. It's very important for the people to know this. I consider Mercedes Moné to be not even top 5. I consider Mercedes Moné to be a top 3 female wrestling talent in the world. I just think that lately it's getting a bit. We just need a little hot sauce on those collard greens, bro. We just need a little hot sauce on those collard greens. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, listen, I got something that they could break in case of emergency. Stokely Hathaway is there. There are several people who I'm like, yo, put Stokely with them. And we're gonna talk about one in a match coming up here. I promise you.
Are you feeling me right now? Because I just said something. You said Stokely Hathaway.
Hot sauce. Yeah.
You know what that is?
Yeah, that's
hot sauce on them greens, man.
That's the Franks.
Yep.
Guy Will Gamble. What's good, brother? What's good, man? Appreciate everybody. I'm gonna try and pull up comments as soon as.
I can't wait till you get to the comment that I'm looking for. You know which one I'm looking for. Oh my God! No, we gotta give McKinney love and respect. Oh, you know.
I'm just trying to put everybody up here real quick. Matt Lopez gets where I'm going with it. I think it's the second half of what you're saying. I think they're going to have a draw in the semifinals, or Mercedes cost her, and then paybacks are coming,
bro.
And it might not be here; it might be on the New Japan show.
I got goosebumps for when you get to this comment, bro. Shout out Guy Will Gamble. What up, bro?
Let me see here.
You'll know when you get to it.
Let me see here.
You'll
Jesse,
know.
What's good? Pro Wrestler Shoot in the house. Appreciate you.
You are a smart man. You will know when you get to it.
Is this it? Yeah. Can't lead a match without someone that has real years in the ring. Julia is good. I still think Mercedes held down the match, though. Like I said, she had one little hiccup. People tried to get on her because it's Philly, and then she was fine. She dusted it off, I thought, and picked up fine. Should Mercedes drop each belt one by one? Definitely. Hold on here. Where are we? Is it Rob's? The steak? What are we looking at here? Hogan was in his hotel.
You'll know. Don't rush. Take your time. I'm just saying, you will know.
Is it Athena? Deanna?
Nope.
What am I missing?
You're almost there, bro. Just keep going. Take your time.
Oh, right here. Mercedes top 3. Brother. Why I was coming at the wrong time.
Jesse, my friend, name me and chat if you can. That's fine too. Conrad, feel free. Name me 3 female wrestlers that are definitively better than Mercedes Moné in 2025. We can move on. I'll wait for the response. And chat, feel free. Because I can only think of 2, which is the reason why I said she's number 3. Oh my. This guy laughs when I say she's top 3 in the world. You can't name 3 wrestlers, female, that are better than Mercedes Moné definitively in 2025. You can't do that.
Hard disagree with the she's trash, bro. Honestly, out of the 4 horsewomen, I know I compared them all to each other a lot. I think she's still the best one right now. Who's got it still?
I can't think of 2. Matter of fact, I'm having difficulty thinking of 2 because the only one that pops in my head right now, the only one, Bianca. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say Bianca, and I'm gonna say Toni Storm. I don't think Rhea Ripley's better than Mercedes Moné, and I like Rhea Ripley.
I think they've booked. Well, we'll get into WWE stuff in a minute because
Deanna, you know we love you, Deanna. Deanna Purrazzo is better than Mercedes Moné. Come on now.
When did JD start working for Pro Wrestling Shoot?
Oh my God.
He got banned from commentary, apparently.
Bailey is better than no. Mercedes is one of the best in the world, man. Best in the world. She just needs a little sauce on that, little hot sauce on them greens, bro.
Trios match, rated FTR Death Riders. Listen, I'm gonna get into this quick. Wheeler Yuta is hated. Bro, they had a sign that tore me up. Y'all know how I am about Wheeler Yuta and every Dynamite stream, which is live every Wednesday at 10:15 with me and Derek after Dynamites. I was in stitches, Sean, when I saw We Don't Claim Yuta. And they were in his hometown and he got booed every time he got the ring. That's heat, bro. That is heat. I don't know, man. This was fine. I liked it. There was a little miscommunication, a little whoop-de-whoop. And the Death Riders get the win. Yuta gets the win for the squad. Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Having Yuta win with all the heat that he has is actually pretty smart.
Captain Planet over here doing the work. Let's talk about the post match, bro. I have to tell you guys something. No. I'm breaking the fourth wall here for a second. Sean called me, right? The happiness that was in this brother's voice when he got to see an old school angle of a pile driver and Cash Wheeler, the happiness that was on this man after he did it. He was living it up, dude. I loved it. Sean, I enjoyed your enthusiasm after this. I was happy with it too. Even the fake, like, we're all brothers, turned around. He knew already what time it was. He's like, put him up, man. I'm tired of him.
I am so happy That made me smile from the inside out. That was what I call awesome. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. And yes, it made my heart glad, bro.
Yeah.
It made my heart glad because you know what? That's FTR. That's FT. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get back on track, bro. Let's start hurting people.
Yo, we hurt people. No,
I wasn't even doing it.
I know, but I just thought I'd cash in the bid to do it.
Yeah.
Probably badly too, but I love
it.
I think FTR needed this turn. Like it felt like them. I told you, I've been over the whole my daughter. We work hard. We do the work in the ring. It worked for a little bit. It was fine. Now I want to see those arrogant, the brain buster version tag team of them coming out. Do you think they keep their theme, or do you think they make them change it so they're more heely? But
I think that the theme is far too babyface. They got to change it.
Slow it down, maybe. But I'm with it, man. I'm glad FTR turned heel. I know Rob's happy. Dude, Cope got what was coming to him, and they took him out with a concerto. Yes, I see your comments in there, everybody. I know I'm jumping around. Let me see this. Who is this? Solo wrestling. We're going to get to that momentarily. We're not even on that match yet. Can we just stop with the concerto? I'm so tired of it now. Hold on now. We done seen concertos for years. What do you mean you're tired of it? This is the setup, McKinney. This is the setup. This is what I want. This is what I want.
You know what they should have did? To McKinney's point, because I like it, but to McKinney's point, FTR are two people, right? That's a silly question, but trust me, just roll with me, right? Are they two people? Are they two human beings? This is a really silly question. Are FTR two humans?
Yes.
Then why are we doing the concerto on the ground? They should have done a standing concerto. They should have done it the old school way.
He thought he could trust Cash, and Cash took great pride in just doing it.
Oh, so you thought, okay, fair enough. See, that's a good answer. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and Cash was wilding too, by the way, after he turned heel. The putting on the neck brace, making fun of his neck, because that's what took Edge out. Then getting on the thing, and then Dax is trying to revive him, and I was like, oh, yeah, these two, they are meant to be healed.
Let's get to work, FTR. Where have you been? I'm so tired of you kissing babies and hugging grandmothers.
Yeah.
My wife, my baby daughter.
Yeah, disgruntled FTR is better, Deanna. I'm on board with that.
There you go.
For sure.
Jesse, Toni Storm is my female wrestler of the year, so we agree on that, but we don't agree on anything else. Bianca's awesome, but we don't agree on it. Yeah. Toni Storm, right, Conrad? Are you my witness? Toni Storm is my female wrestler of the year.
Yeah,
right.
That's fine. Listen, at the end of the day, me and Sean will always challenge people, but it's all subjective. To be honest with you.
And by the way, Edge deserves. Chat, let me know if you agree with me. Just put one. Just put the number one. Adam Copeland deserves a concerto because he calls himself the Rated R Superstar Cope. One of the stupidest names. If you agree with me, put a one in the chat that the name Cope is stupid.
Time out. Cope is funny though, because people say that a lot. Cope. I just love it. It makes me laugh. I really do.
The name, the Rated R Superstar Cope. Yes, we get that it's a 4-letter word. We get that you're trying to reincarnate the word Edge, but you can't do it because of copyright infringement. Cope is stupid. Hello, McFly.
Wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. Is Edge not a stupid name, though? In
Edge
reality.
Edge was stupid back in 1998. It ain't stupid now. That's who he is. We know him as Edge.
You got to let him... Well...
It took... Look, if you've been Edge for 20 years, I understand. Look, this is where... Let me take my...
No, Hub. I'm trying not to take... I'm trying not to take the bait that's right in front of me. I'm trying not to take the carrot. Because you know what I want to say. I could have swore someone said they were going to give people their names, but apparently not. So I'm going to let that go. But
this is where I'm at with it, bro. This is where I'm at with it. The Rated R Superstar Adam Copeland, I like that, McKinney. The Rated R Superstar Adam Copeland was fine. We understand you can't be called Edge because that belongs to WWE. We understand you can't be that. So you're the Rated R Superstar Adam Copeland. Nobody had a problem with the Rated R Superstar Adam Copeland. But then you break your ankle or your foot or your toe, whatever you broke. You go away for 6 months, you come back, and now you're the rated R superstar Cope. Does anybody, that is the corniest crap I've ever heard.
Well, can I say this? When it's been beaten into you for so long, and we've said this on debate shows with each other, someone beat it into their head. I'm not going to even give this person publicity right now. They beat it into your head that you got to keep it short and sweet, man. That's what the people want. And it's in his head at this point. Like, that's what he believes it is. So it's what it is. He got what he deserved. Rob said they should have Pillmanized his neck a little too far for me, but I understand.
Wow.
Rob's not a fan of Cope.
Jeez, I guess not.
Dude, Joe Compton, thank you for coming in, my brother, and prayers for your father, man. I saw what you put in the chat. Thank you for sharing that with us and everybody in our community. Prayers up to your father, man.
Prayers up, indeed. God bless him.
Let me see here. Miracle, what did he say? I will say Cope and Christian was off the tongue. Listen, I think this is going to be fun. You have a fun run here, and you got a lot of stuff you could do with these guys. Honestly, it's probably the only team right now I could believe that are beating the Hurt Syndicate, truthfully. They hurt people bad. After that, man, we get into the women's championship match with someone who maybe Stokely could manage, Megan Bayne. Because I think she's got to show some more personality coming out of this too, and Toni Storm. And I will say this, Rob said it, and he booked this to perfection to a T. Either Megan Bayne had to dominate in a Brock Lesnar, John Cena SummerSlam fashion, or you had to have Toni Storm get the win with a roll-up and still make her look like a monster, and that's what they went with, so that they both benefited from this. And I thought it was the right call. I would have done the same thing. So I really enjoyed this match, though. I thought it was fun. One of my more favorite matches of the night, truthfully.
That kick out on one after the pile driver was absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
and the perfect setup for another match because she had to beat her with a small package.
Yeah, and out of the falling descent. The falling descent, she calls it. It's the F5. She's basically landed on her feet into a quick small package and beat her. And I was like, wow, lovely. And I love that she came out like Rocky. Luther deserves credit too. Brother Luther never gets enough credit. Coming out like Mickey, come on, Tony. And him just yelling. Good stuff all the way around. Penelope Ford actually did really good in this too. Hats off to everyone involved. Like I said, I don't know who's the best option for Stokely, whether it's Private Party, Megan Bayne, Mercedes, but we got to put Stokely with someone, and I think it's time. And like you said, who needs the hot sauce the most? Who needs a little bit more with them? It just depends.
Collard greens, delicious. Collard greens with hot sauce, extraordinary.
Fates to set, F5, your 5, high 5. I don't care.
Lakers in 5.
Shannon Sharp, folks. Shannon Sharp.
And by the way, I can do the voice too, bro. You want to hear it?
Go ahead.
Lakers in 5. Tell me that wasn't pretty good. Conrad.
It was all right. I'll give you credit. Love it, man. I love everybody rallying around Joe Compton as well. When she came out as Rocky, I thought she was going to lose like he did. She just survived, clown. Rocky won. J-Rock says W Shannon.
J-Rock, what up, though?
What's good, J-Rock? Appreciate you, man. Getting into this, we are now at Mark Briscoe, and I think these guys are incapable of having a bad match. Another quarterfinals match, fourth match between these guys. Mark Briscoe, Kyle Fletcher, the chemistry is remarkable. I love it. I don't think anyone thought Mark Briscoe was going to win. I don't think he needs the win, but fantastic match, man. Every time these guys wrestle, I enjoyed it. Mark
Briscoe should have won this match.
You could have done that. You could have easily. But I think Fletcher. I think Fletcher's just people are feeling him a lot. Let him do it. Briscoe can heat up like this.
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. Sarcasm doesn't translate well.
What do you mean sarcasm doesn't translate? I'm speaking words. I didn't type it. I said it.
This guy is going to be really this
what is
guy.
The matter with you? No, wait a minute. We're not doing that. You just said you were about to say, because I know what you were going to say, sarcasm doesn't translate well on what? In what? A chat? Because I said it to you. You can see me and I said it. How does it not translate?
I'm talking about for audio listeners.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, you got to think about the other people involved in this. There's people listening to us.
Oh my God. Whatever, Conrad. You know, you're one of the best in the world at what you do, but you kill me sometimes. You're out of control.
Bringing up good points is killing people, folks. So, yes, Kyle Fletcher gets the win here. 3 brain busters it took to defeat Mark Briscoe. Fantastic match. I would recommend that one if you are into the in-ring action. Next, we get into what might be Sean's favorite match of the night here. It was Chris Jericho versus Bandito for the Ring of Honor Championship. Sean, if you ever needed a decision reversed, all you got to do is have your family ringside, and they can explain it to a referee, and that's what happens.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob.
Say it to my face when I see you. I'm right. No. I'm right. Because audio listeners can't see Sean's face.
You can hear my voice. What is wrong with you?
I didn't believe it was sarcastic enough for me.
Anyway, let me tell you something, Conrad. Because I was pissed off at you for 0.5 seconds. But you know what I was pissed off about for a lot longer than 0.5 seconds? Now, I know people don't particularly like Chris Jericho in 2025. A lot of people say he needs to retire. A lot of people, thank you, M. Leezy, you took the words right out of my mouth. A lot of people say he needs to give it up. Oh, he's reinvented himself 37,000 times. I don't care whether you like Chris Jericho. I don't care if you dislike Chris Jericho. I don't care if you think Chris Jericho has lasted too long in the business. I don't care if you think Chris Jericho hasn't lasted too long in the business. Under no circumstances should somebody's mother and sister get the referee's attention, not even the referee in the match, mind you. Aubrey Edwards just happens to be hanging out at ringside. What the hell was Aubrey Edwards doing there to begin with? But let's just say Aubrey Edwards just happened to be sitting at ringside, because we all love Aubrey Edwards. Maybe she was just sitting there at ringside ready to referee the next match, okay? And she gets flagged down by Goofy Sis and Goofy Mom. Hey, referee, Chris Jericho used the bat to beat up our son and our brother. And the referee, who wasn't even in the match, goes and finds the baseball bat, shows the baseball bat to the actual referee, and the referee restarts the match. This is the stupidest crap I've ever seen. How can you just make up the rules as you go? There's no instant replay in professional wrestling. What is going on here? Help me understand.
Tell this to IRS. Well, number one, first off, I know, Matt, listen, you're my guy, Matt, but Bandito didn't tell his mama nothing because he sold that bat shot like he got murked.
Yes, he did.
He was down and he didn't move. Now, why was there a bat behind the steps? I mean, I think we can all put 2 and 2 together as well with Jericho.
We all know what happened, but that's not the point. We all know what happened, but that's not the point.
And Jesse's over here asking for unmaskings. Were you cheering for this when this happened to Juventud Guerrera? How dare you? How dare you? We can't have this. Hubs Mad Cheaters didn't get away with it.
Like, this is ridiculous. Come on, Guy Will Gamble. This is ridiculous.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I saw Doug. Okay, fair enough. The alternate referee. I didn't know that, by the way.
No, I'm asking if that's a thing.
I don't know if that's a thing. But let's give Dougie a little bit of credit and just assume that that's a thing. For the people who listen on audio, Conrad.
Thank you.
Let's assume that Dougie Fresh is correct when he says that there's an alternate referee during Ring of Honor. I don't know that to be a fact, but let's assume that's a fact. So you're telling me because there's an alternate referee sitting at ringside that after the match has been concluded. By the way, Conrad, common sense. Did Aubrey Edwards see Chris Jericho use the bat? Aubrey Edwards, let's say Aubrey Edwards was the alternate referee. Let's say she is the extra eyes and ears outside the ring. If Aubrey Edwards saw Chris Jericho knock Bandito upside the head with a baseball bat, that's not good enough. No, we have to have mom and sis from outside they're freaking audience members. They're fans. And they get the referee. Jericho hit our brother and son in the head with a baseball bat. And we restart. This is for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight. Do you know the Ring of Honor World Championship is the most prestigious world title in wrestling today? There is not a bigger wrestling title forget the WWE Championship. Forget the AEW. If there's one belt that means something in this business, it is the greatest world title in the game today, the Ring of Honor World Champion. And we're talking about the greatest Ring of Honor champion of all time. All time. I don't want to hear about Seth freaking Rollins. I don't want to hear about Adam Cole. Okay? I want to talk about the Nueve. And you know what happens now? Now the Nueve is no more. But you know what? You know what, Bandito? Your mom and your sister are not going to be able to stop you from him becoming the Diaz, because he's going to become the Diaz. And people like you, Conrad Cushman, and people like Bandito and his stinking mother and stinking sister are going to have to live with it. Welcome to the world of Chris Jericho, the Diaz, coming soon.
We would like to induct the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame class, Chris Jericho. It's like, get out of here with this. Listen.
No, it's stupid. You know I'm having fun with you.
Jericho booked this.
You can't have the sister and the mother restart the match.
Jericho booked this, bro, because Jericho can't do what Jericho once could do. He was one of the best. Like, I'm not even going to front to you guys. Like, Jericho's one of the best in ring. He's a great character. He gets it. He's a total package in pro wrestling. Jericho can't do that stuff anymore. So now he adds the glitz, the glam, sprinkles some sprinkles on it, and calls it a day. They were just doing too much here.
I guess. I'm having fun with you guys. You know that. But I just think it was a silly ending. That's all.
Conrad shaking his head in disbelief. Yo,
is it that wild for me to say Chris Jericho was the most important champion in wrestling today?
No, but when you were going off, though, they were going in. Hubs, is your furnace leaking? Be glad Bandito's mom didn't throw a chancla. People on audio just left. Terrible, Jesse. I don't even think AEW has a world title, just a briefcase. It's been that long. Yeah, Delayed Grats, what's good?
What up, Delayed Grats?
Total package of Pringles.
What? Yo. Oh, is EB trying to be funny?
Okay. About Jericho.
Yeah. I know. Look, Jericho's out of shape, right? But he's 50-something years old, man. Give him a break. All jokes aside, this is me being serious. Jericho's amazing, bro. Come on, man. Can we give him his flowers? Like, what are we doing?
I definitely think he deserves his flowers. I just don't know if people want to see him in these spots anymore, Sean. Like that, and it's hard. Like, I think you got to pick and figure out what works. Jericho, there are certain people in this company that are in like the what's a zone that you're in that you just can't get out of. Like, some of these people are just stuck in. Can I say purgatory? I think that's a fair thing to say. Like, they're stuck in this purgatory world where nobody wants to like you no matter what you do. Like, whatever you do is going to be hated because it's you. Right. And he's got to figure out how to get past that. How does he do it? I don't know. This is the benefit of maybe you need to go to somewhere else. Maybe you need to try something else.
No, but see, that's where I have a really big problem. And I see what Jesse is saying. And this mini conversation is going to take a really serious turn here. And I know, I'm saying it for the record, Jesse of the Pro Wrestling Shoot is not an ageist. I know he doesn't mean it in that way. But some people who really go in on Jericho are being like unfair. Like, Chris Jericho, you know what Chris Jericho's doing? I'm not a Chris Jericho mind reader, right? I'm not a Chris Jericho mind reader, but I was having fun with you guys, obviously. Ring of Honor title is not the most important title. I was having fun. But I'm being serious when I say what I'm about to say right now. Chris Jericho thinks he's giving back to the business that he loves. He really is. That's what he's doing. And I think we need to have a little bit more respect. Come on, Conrad. I'm talking to you too, bro. And you're a student of the game just like me. I think we need to have a little bit more respect. Chat, let me know if you think I'm wrong, say I'm wrong. This is Sean Hubbard being very serious right now. I think as it relates to pro wrestling, we need to be a little bit more respectful of Chris Jericho.
I think he's going to get his flowers in due time. I don't know how much longer he plans on. Like I said, I don't know what he wants to do. It's up to Chris Jericho, right?
But listen, Conrad, I want you to comment about this because I want to be specific in what I'm saying, and I want a response from you. In that, a lot of people are making fun of Chris Jericho and Chris Jericho needs to go. Chris Jericho's doing this. Chris Jericho's doing that. Chris Jericho. Let me tell you something, Conrad. Let me tell you something. Chris Jericho, in his current state, in his current advanced age state, is better than some people in their prime. Not everybody. I'm not saying, Chris Jericho should be WWE champ. No. But let's show some respect. Let's show some respect. Is he or is he not, in your opinion, Conrad? And I want you to really give me 5 minutes and dive into this. I know we have a lot more to talk about. Do you think Chris Jericho is a selfish person, or do you think Chris Jericho is trying to give back? I think Chris Jericho is trying to give back to the business that he loves. And I'm being dead serious.
I feel like it's tough to say, and I'm only saying that because we don't know the intention behind what he's doing.
Nobody's mind.
Because he listen, to get to the top, you got to know how to protect your spot in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. I don't know with Chris. I do think he's about to get like a Hall of Fame. He's getting something soon. I can feel it. Like I feel like something's going to come up and do that. Yo, Guy Will Gamble and E are wilding out in this chat right now. And Jesse responded back. He thinks he's just trying to get his stuff in. And he still thinks he's that guy. But if he thinks he's that guy, wouldn't he be in the world title picture in AEW?
Now you're talking my language, Conrad. He's not wrestling for the AEW title.
I don't know what he means when he says that guy, though. Like, I don't know if Jesse's trying to bench him, too. Like I said, I think Tony's very loyal to the guys who helped him in the beginning. Because without Chris Jericho, there might not be that TV deal. There might not be, like, people. He's a name. People know who this guy is. Like, okay, we got Chris Jericho. Oh, okay, this is serious now. You know? So I think Jericho will get his just due. Listen, to me, there's two things left that you can still do with Jericho. You got to do the learning tree breakup, and the other thing is, I think your Spanish, what was 10? I took French, y'all.
You said what? Diez.
What? Diez. Maybe that's the run.
Mm-hmm.
Like he says, he should be the one doing the Jeff Jarrett thing. Like, I want one more chance at the world title. Nah, Chris, you're old. Let everyone say the things that we say.
Conrad, I respect your opinion eminently, and again, serious Sean Hubbard right now. Do you think that I'm mistaken about Chris Jericho? Do you think that I'm really kind of, I have my blinders on, and it's like Jericho is really kind of like what he's contributing to the business is more of a detriment than a contribution?
I think you're not in the majority in your thinking, but once again, I have a theory, Sean. If this happened somewhere else, it would be cool. Mm-hmm. It's played out over here because it's been going on for so long. Is that a fair assessment?
That's a fair assessment.
Like if he goes back and let's just say he's going to have one more match in WWE, I think that people would react differently to it. And I'm trying not to get all like this versus that, but I think people would treat it differently. I think they'd be like, "Oh yes, one more Chris Jericho match. This is going to be so cool." Is that fair?
That's very fair, and I appreciate the breakdown.
Let me see here. Yo, I'll call my prediction about ROH not making it out of 2025. If they don't get a TV deal, the whole reason Jericho had the belt was name recognition. Now he drops it. ROH is not good.
Good point, McKinney.
Jericho is all about Jericho. He doesn't have Rock, Big Show, Kane, Mankind in the way, brother.
Okay. I respect your opinion, E. Okay.
Oh, Tony is loyal. He made sure Mercedes got all the titles. Yeah, he only controls one of them. He doesn't control the other four. Mm-hmm. People wanted to put him on her.
I just like, and Jesse's my dog. Jesse's a smart guy. Tony Khan did not make that decision. Like, why do we do this, Conrad? Why do we do this? Why do we, and again, Jesse, you know I love you, bro. Why do we do this? Why do we cast aspersions on people that are not their bag to hold? It is not Tony Khan's decision that Mercedes Moné is the British Commonwealth Women's Champion. I mean, am I wrong? Help me out, Conrad.
Yeah, no, it's whoever runs Rev Pro. I don't know who's the booker now.
I mean, come on, man. Let's be.
I don't even know what
Queen, at least.
I don't know who books Queen of the Southside Championship. I don't know who books.
Am I
all
right?
I know is Tony Khan.
I was going to say, am I calling it right when I say the British Commonwealth Championship?
No, that's the Rev Pro title. That's the other one.
Thank you.
The what I was just talking about was that nasty, the ugly one out of the four belts that she has. Yeah. Tony just books the TBS. You know what I mean? Like, does he have say over his talent? I don't know how far it goes.
Yeah.
I'm sure Tony's got that pull, sir. He
Okay.
ain't telling me what to do. You know what I mean? I'm working with you. You're not going to tell me what to do. But to each their own. TNT Championship match. Daniel Garcia, Adam Cole, Bebe. Sean, I think this is where I got you on the predictions here, man.
You were right, my brother.
Adam Cole, he just needed the championship more. Garcia started working heel in this one. There were no time limits, no outside interference, no bull. Like, Adam Cole straight up just won. There was a handshake. I think there's going to be more to this in the future, but it's a good start for Cole, man. I feel like Cole was supposed to get that title run Samoa Joe got, and it just faded.
Yeah, I mean, he got hurt in the most weird way. I think that I believe it was Nigel McGuinness who made the reference about the jumping off the stage thing. Yeah, I mean, not too much to say about this. I was wrong about the outcome, but I have no problem with the outcome. I'm an Adam Cole fan. I'm sad with the progression of his career. Maybe this could be the little boost he needs.
Absolutely. By the way, just wanted to reference this. Great poster, whoever did this. There were plenty more, but I just love their poster. Sorry. Sean knows that always with me in the art. I love it.
That is so freaking cool. For people listening on audio, this poster with Tony Storm and Megan Bayne and this kind of like theatrical medieval times kind of
Indiana
vibe.
Jones.
Oh my God, it's so freaking cool, bro.
Yeah, I loved it. That was my favorite one. That was the only one I wanted to showcase real quick. Yeah. Let's get to this triple threat match here for the International Championship. Kenny Omega, Speedball Mike Bailey, Ricochet. Honestly, if you told me to predict one match, if I had to put like $100 down on a match, which one was I betting on to like get my money back? This would have been my match. Kenny Omega ain't losing jack. So it's an amazing match. I didn't write a lot of stuff down. This was my match of the night.
Absolutely awesome. Once again, I had to come up with a proper way to depict my feelings about Ricochet. This is about a month ago. And Conrad, after many months of Conrad thinking I was being unfair because I probably just wasn't wording it correctly, I came up with the proper phrase, which is Ricochet has earned his worth and shown his worth. And he once again did last night. And so did Speedball. But come on, bro. There is no way. There is no way that Kenny Omega was going to lose that match last night.
No way. Ricochet was fantastic in this. The bald, he got slapped upside his head. And I like it, too. They were chanting ball. That's all right, though. That's all right, though. Yeah. Ricochet was doing his thing. And I thought Speedball looked great.
He did.
I'm telling people didn't believe me. If you didn't watch TNA when Speedball was over there, Speedball was having some of the best matches. Him and Josh Alexander. If the rumors are true and he's coming over to AEW, you took two of their like match of the year contender guys, and they're over here now. So it's what it is. Thank you, Matt, for the Rev Pro update. Jesse says we'll give your talent a chance. Who have they given a chance?
Again, somebody I have so much respect for, and I know we've had I know Jesse respects us, and we respect him. What are we talking about? That is just Conrad. Am I bugging like that? I don't see what he's talking about.
I don't. I think it's a little bit of a reach.
Yeah, I think you got to be trolling a little bit, bro. You got to be. I don't see anybody from Rev Pro on AEW. Am I bugging?
Mercedes is a draw like delayed grad set, and I think people want to work with her. She knows the indie talent. She wants to work with some of them. That's what she wants to do. Okay. That triple threat was the one that stole the show matches. You knew it would be. It was. I don't know if he had it.
Mercedes Moné is the modern day Ultimo Dragon.
Touche. Well, he had 9 belts, right?
Yeah, he had 9. Mercedes has 4, right?
Man's arms were filled with championships. Yeah. We'll get there one day, Mercedes. One day. Brother, since Hogan.
Right, brother.
All right, we're at the world title match, man.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. This is good times. Yo, shout out to Swerve Strickland for coming out dressed like Static Shock.
Yeah. Loved it. I liked it too a lot.
Big fan of the show?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, good cartoon back in the day, man. Always gotta love it, man. WBD, open up them pocketbooks. Moxley opens up Swerve right above his right eye. There was blood flowing in the beginning. it wasn't flowing super bad. There was a point where it was, but then it Swerve heals up. I hated the ladder spot in this, Sean, where Moxley pulls out a ladder and then he puts Swerve up, like climb up this ladder so I can suplex you off. But then we knew what it was leading to. Swerve stomped through the table.
Yeah,
I just felt I don't like spots where it doesn't look natural. And I was like, why did we do that? So whatever. Moxley's whole thing in this match was ground and pound. It was very Bloodline-esque, like Roman, like put you in these holds, hold you down, wear you down. And here comes the comeback. And then we get to the interference. And this is where all things fall off the rails. The ref goes down. Paul Turner eats a chair shot and goes down. And we could yell at Paul Turner, too, for not counting them out when they were on that ladder. We get Hangman Page comes out. He's about to hit the buckshot Larry. Here come the Death Riders to stop it. They're out there. Here come the Ops, which, if you didn't notice, Samoa Joe did make a reference to that you will see us on the show because we're going to be watching. Well, they were watching to put a beat down on them, and I think they're going to be the next challengers for the trios titles eventually. They're fighting them. That's happening. Swerve goes up to the top. He's got it. Double stomp. He's just got to crawl over with his injured leg to make the pin, and then the lights go out. And then I cried because I was like, I know they're not about to do what I think they're about to do. And who show up? The Bucks. Oh my goodness. EVP trigger to Swerve. Moxley gets the pin. Game over. People were not happy with this. Sean,
let me
your thoughts.
Let me start by saying I want to give AEW and the powers that be credit. I'm giving them credit for the fact that the most obvious outcome, chat, back me up on this if you agree. Conrad, back me up on this if you agree. I want to give the AEW booking committee credit for not making the end of the match the most obvious thing that you could ever imagine in pro wrestling, which is Hangman Adam Page jerking, messing up Swerve Strickland. Thank you for that. Thank you for not, and I'm being genuine when I say this, thank you for not doing that. I salute you for that. I think that was the right decision. I think it's great that Swerve was not screwed over by Hangman Page because, again, that would have been the most obvious thing that could have ever happened. ... That being said, really unfortunate outcome because as bad as it would have been for the obvious thing to happen, which is Hangman Adam Page screwing over Swerve Strickland, the Bucks getting involved. Oh man, not only does the respectfully speaking the very so-so championship reign of Moxley continue, but now the Bucks have re-interjected themselves. We still don't know if they're aligned with Moxley, but clearly there's a connection there, or at least friends made from mutual enemies. But I'm really disappointed. Swerve Strickland should have walked out of Philadelphia the world champion last night. I thought that we had crossed the goal line. I thought we hit pay dirt when Adam Page did not attack Swerve Strickland. When Adam Page did not attack Swerve Strickland, I thought we hit pay dirt. I thought we were going to see a new world champion, but that is not what happened, and I am not happy about it.
Yeah, Miracle said he doesn't like how long it's taking people for the Swerve Stomp. Miracle, that was because they were selling his leg. His leg, like he was trying to balance up there to finally hit the move, and then once he hit it, you were supposed to believe it's over. He just has to crawl over to make the pin, and then they did it. Listen, if anybody wants to tear this down, I'm okay with that. Like, feel free, honestly. Is there any way to save Moxley out of this, Hubs? Like, people loved Moxley. Like, you can't say, like, this isn't something that people were into this at first. It kind of morphed into whatever this is. And now I feel like it's Bloodline light. Like, but I'm trying to think. Sean, tell me to tear this down or stick up for it, because I could do either one in a way. Like,
I think we need to be honest with ourselves and talk the way we want to talk. Which is
I'm in the middle on this.
We're going to tear it down because that's what needs to be done. We need to tear this thing down.
But I'm going to say this though too, because you got to look at the faults of what happened in that time period. people left and they went away from AEW, right? What were they watching, Sean? What was the main storyline, do you think, that got people watching the other show?
The main storyline to get the people watching the other show?
Mm-hmm.
The Bloodline.
What do you think they booked in this? This is a Bloodline match through and through. Okay. Wheeler Yuta is playing the role of Solo Sikoa, folks. I just want people to think about this. That's why he's got the heat, because he's always the one that interferes. Here comes that stupid running knee. Oh, it's Yuta. And that's why Yuta's getting booed now. Mm-hmm. They're playing this exact same way. How did Roman do his matches? Headlocks. He's talking crazy to the crowd. What's Moxley doing? MMA moves. Well, I'm going to hold you down. Where you? It's not as good. And people have just seen this and they're tired of it. So now you're waiting for here comes the shenanigans. And that's what people are waiting for. And I think people got their hopes high. I wanted Swerve to win. I promise you. I was like, yo, give the title to Swerve. I'm with this. This did not end like Revolution. I told Sean something beforehand when it came to this. I said, this is not going to be Revolution. I could feel it. You didn't have that feel-good moment to go off the air with. It was kind of like, what? Again? And now we know, well, they're probably going to be involved in some crazy Anarchy in the Arena type match with all these people involved. Are the Bucks in the group? I guess we got to watch Dynamite to figure that stuff out.
And Conrad and my guy Derek on the wrap-up 10 p.m. right here on Everything Pro Wrestling on Wednesday night.
My guy. So, yeah, you have to end this sooner than later. Do you see any chance of them saying, you know what, let's just pull the plug on this at Double or Nothing? I just don't see it. Unless they skip over the Anarchy in the Arena match, which they've kind of always done it, but I'm okay if they skip it.
I think it's a massive mistake, a mistake of epic proportion to have Jon Moxley walk into Houston, Texas as the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Houston, Arlington, wherever they're going to be. I think it's a big mistake.
And to me, at this point, so then it's like, well, are we waiting for Will, Hangman, or Darby? These are the only three options now at this point.
Yeah, but not Darby either. No. That ship is sailed. I don't want that either. I should have been Swerve, MJF maybe. I mean, there's a couple people. Hangman at this point. I don't give it to Hangman in Texas. I don't care. Moxley needs to lose that darn title, bro. I mean, this ship has run its course. And now I just feel like they're trolling us by having Moxley continue to keep it. The Death Riders are not entertaining right now, bro. They're not. They're really not.
Final score for the pay-per-view, and then we're going to go to the chat real quick on what they say before we...
6.5.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
Now, are you a big believer in the ending thing? Because that's one thing I don't agree with people. Like, when they put it all on, the last thing you see is how you will always feel about the show. And I'm like, nah, I don't agree with that. Like I said, even with last month's pay-per-view, I don't put that much weight on the end of the show to what I liked. I was like, okay, we got a good this, we got a good that. I can't be too mad at it. I do, brother. I do. I think it was good, and I'll leave it at that. It was a good pay-per-view. Could have been great. Could have you're missing what people are trying to tell you, in my opinion.
My brother, I do. I know you don't, but I do. I think the way a show ends has a tremendous impact on how that pay-per-view is remembered.
Because do you remember WrestleMania 25, Great? And I'm using that because it's an easy example.
WrestleMania 25 had
does a good match put as much onto a pay-per-view as a bad match does? And if no, why?
Let me remix what you just said and just word it slightly differently. Does a good match have as much of an impact on the final result of the show as a bad match does? The answer is absolutely not. Absolutely not. You cannot ever, Conrad, for all the things you've educated me with, let me educate you on this, guys. It is paramount to understand that a bad main event can critically hinder how a big show is remembered. It critically. There are very few. I'm gonna give it to you, Conrad. There are very few pay-per-views where that is not the case. Hogan and Rock can overcome something like that. HBK and Undertaker can overcome something like that. But HBK and Undertaker, as amazing as it was, that pay-per-view was hindered by Triple H versus Randy Orton. You have to end the show in a manner that does not turn the people off, because it will affect how that pay-per-view is remembered. It's very true. It's just very true, brother.
Interesting. Do you think anyone gets genuine heel reactions these days? Like, it's actually heat, not. It's weird now, right? Like, it doesn't feel like it used to.
It's weird. Yeah. It's hard to say, right?
Yeah, so weird. Like if Shawn Michaels won in the Garden instead of Sid, like
yes,
it's hard to like. That's what it always feels like now. And I'm like, why does it have to feel like this all the time? Why can't it be the $1 Million Man won the title? Like it doesn't. No one ever feels like that. It's kind of. I saw people saying like, oh, you didn't get what you wanted, blah blah blah. No, I think some people just didn't straight up like it too.
You're not gonna. Let me elaborate a little more, if I may, Conrad. You're not gonna have wall-to-wall awesomeness at a pay-per-view all the time. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You're not going to hit a home run every single match. But the main event is the main event for a reason. The main event is supposed to be the crescendo, the epic moment, the pinnacle, right? When a pay-per-view goes off the air the way this morning's pay-per-view went off the air, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And that bad taste in your mouth will be part of a determining factor of how you view that show historically.
Fair point. Yeah, I would say this show is B minus territory.
I'm gonna give it a C minus. A 6.5 out of 7 is a 6.5 out of 10 is not a C minus, so I have to redo my grade. A C minus is a 7, so I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay. All right, yeah, that's 6.5. When you said that, I was like, that's kind of low, bro. That's a little low for what they did.
I give it a 7.
Let's see here. Matt says, from the storyline, the Bucks getting involved makes sense based off of last year when Swerve and the Bucks had their issues when he refused to be their champion and what they did to Kenny. Yeah, and some of this is long-term, too. And like I said, I mentioned Darby before. Sean's like, yo, we don't have time to waste for that. And I agree with Sean. I thought they should have did the title change here. You pivot away from it. And to me, at All In, the match is Darby versus Moxley. And then you got to figure out what to do. Because I want people, and this is a challenge I have for people, someone better tell me how we book Moxley after he loses the title. Because you're not just going to throw this guy wayside. You're not going to throw Yuta, Marina Shafir, Claudio, and Pac wayside. Do you separate all of them? Do you keep them together? What's the plan? Right. Just interested. Delayed Grass says, I calm down now a day later. When I look back at the Owen tourney bracket and see all the great matches and stories left to tell, the Death Riders live to fight another day. Let me see here. Pro Wrestling Shoot. Jesse said, I honestly feel like I'm the only one who enjoyed the main event. People are ripping this thing to shreds. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, Jesse.
It was a good match. It was a good match with a really bad ending.
He liked all the shenanigans.
Yeah, I mean, shenanigans are cool, but the ending means something. Conrad, I liked it, but did anybody? I mean, I liked it a lot, and I'm talking. You're going to know exactly what I'm talking about when I start talking about it. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes won. I loved it because I wanted that to happen. Do you think people like Cody Rhodes fans, who are babies and women, look back at WrestleMania 39 fondly? They don't. They don't look back at that show fondly. Somebody just brought up, and I want to give them credit because it was a good point that they made. Miracle brings up, do you think people look back at WrestleMania 2000 fondly? That was a massive disappointment, Triple H walking out.
That was actually one of the only shows that was kind of bad that year. I think every other pay-per-view hit like boom, right. Boom, boom.
I mean, there just has to come a point where, listen, man, the ending look, my point's still the same. The ending means something. And when people go home unhappy, man, it affects how they look back on the show historically, bro. Like, listen, man. You can't continue to have – look, it's like Hogan back in the day. I hate to reference Hogan because I'm not a big fan of his as a human being, but it's like back in the old AEW days. Hogan kept – look it up, guys. Hogan kept challenging Nick Bockwinkel for the AEW Championship. Mm-hmm. He kept challenging him. Pay-per-view – well, it wasn't pay-per-view. Big show after big show. Sellout after sellout. Every month it was – Hogan and Bockwinkel for the World Championship. AWA title on the line. And every month, Hogan lost or won by disqualification or won by countout. And Nick Bockwinkel walked out as world champ. Do you think the fans are going to be happy about that? No. I mean, it just, that's not the way it works. If Daniel Bryan, I'm glad somebody brought up, well, actually, I'm going to give credit to Jesse just because I see Danielson in the name, so that made me think of Daniel Bryan. If Daniel Bryan did not win at WrestleMania 30, would we look back at that pay-per-view fondly?
It's weird though because he wasn't. They were really trying not to have him in that spot. Because I want to say something. Because I kind of want to comment on what Quill said here about rightful black man gets screwed over yet again. Proving my point, will always be the gum on the bottom of the shoe. I don't think that. I think Tony Khan put Swerve in an excellent position. He just made the wrong call tonight. I don't think he views Swerve as bad. Swerve got to close the show, and I don't know if you guys heard what he said. I can't put up the words what he said about Booker T, but Swerve got to speak his mind. That doesn't happen often. You don't get to send the people home happy and say drive home safe. So I don't think it's bad. He just made a bad call in what he decided to do, in my opinion.
Can you do me a favor, Brother Conrad? Can you highlight the most recent Jesse question and comment?
Hold on. I'm missing a lot here. Was it this one or the one?
No, the one following. Jesse from Pro Wrestling Shoot asked, why blow up the story you were pushing the most on a C show? Save it for a big one. Dynasty's a C show? That's an unfair assessment. And save it for a big one is an unfair. So let me make sure I understand, and chat, back me up on this or tell me I'm wrong. Jesse, are you saying that we need to wait for Moxley to lose the title at All In? You can't possibly tell me that's best for business. Because to me, Conrad, if we say that Moxley's going to keep the title until All In, I'm not watching Double or Nothing. There's no reason to watch. There's no reason to watch Double or Nothing if I think that he's going to keep that. Absolutely not.
John L., what's good, bro? What's good? I'm trying to get some different people in here. I see people saying Sean was right about the WrestleMania 2000. I enjoyed the ish out of that main event until the very end. The high spots, ladder spot, near falls, Hangman reluctance to return of the Bucks, but then Swerve lost. Let me see here. AEW made the mistake, in my opinion, not putting the belt on Swerve, but the booking was reasonable. A show, y'all bugging Dynasty gonna be chill.
I don't know about all that.
And they've done back-to-back heel wins at the pay-per-view main event. People walking out somber isn't great to do unless it's extra shocking, but these endings are mid at best.
Thank you, McKinney. That's a wonderful point that needs to be highlighted a little bit more. Not only was it a heel walking out as champion 2 pay-per-views in a row, but the swerve, if you want to, no pun intended, it wasn't the Bucks coming back. Who cares? Oh my God, the Bucks are back. Did that make you feel any kind of way?
I actually said I groaned, but
you groaned. The Bucks are back.
Right, because they're in that. But listen, think about this. Think about all the people we're about to mention. Who's in purgatory? Jack Perry, the Young Bucks, all because of the CM Punk stuff. We all know this. Like, we're going to keep it a buck right now. Sure. Chris Jericho even fell into that in the first time in the beginning because he started getting into it. And I think also the rumors of other things, Jericho fell into that purgatory as well. Who else did we mention? Copeland is kind of in that spot. Maybe it changes with Christian. Some people feel that way about Mercedes. Like, there are people who there's no getting out. Like, and I think Jericho, the Bucks, Jack Perry, and Moxley and his crew are in there. Like, I don't know what you guys want them to do to break through this. And I think Rob said it best with he probably needs time off. Let me see here. Delay Grass, I think you hit the nail on the head, Kyron, when you mentioned the Death Riders Young Buck team up for Anarchy in the arena match. I think that's what they're going to do.
That's probably what they're going to do.
I see what Jesse is saying, though, with the 4 A shows and then 4 B shows plus C shows. I wouldn't say for that either, though. I feel like maybe you could say it for Ring of Honor if you were trying to make an analogy with it. Like, oh, the Ring of Honor shows are forgotten about because they don't book them till the last second. Then we hear all the matches like this 2 weeks before. But
to piggyback off of your point, Conrad, and it looks like Miracle's saying something very similar. When I saw the Young Bucks, when the lights came back on, my reaction, I had a reaction, yes. But you know what my reaction was? Oh my God.
Yep.
That was my reaction. Oh my God. Is that how you want people going home? Like, oh my God, you can't be serious. It's the Bucks. Nobody was excited to see the Bucks. Nobody cared. Only thing people cared about as far as the Bucks is they knew that when the lights came up that they were going to screw Swerve because obviously it was already determined because they had his arm ready to kick him in the head. It was like, oh my God, it's the Bucks. Nobody cared.
Certain things have to happen, I think, in this opinion for some people. Like I said, with Jericho, you got to get to the point and then have him just like, say he's moving on, do something with it. To me, with the Bucks, put them tassels back on right now. It's over. See if it works. Sean, I don't know if it's going to work. I'm just saying do something else, not this. But listen, we'll put a bow on that dynasty. I think we kept it real on it. Like,
look, you're being honest. That's what we do here on Clash of the Podcast. Like it, love it or not, we're going to be real with you. I thought the show was a C-. Conrad thought it was a B-. You guys think what you want. That's fine. That's what you guys are here to do. Express your opinions. But the end of the show matters, bro. And when people go home unhappy, that is how the pay-per-view is remembered.
Yeah. And like I said, I think about it for the rest of the week, guys. Does one good match balance the show out more than a bad match? And like Sean said, maybe it's the placement of the match. Maybe it's where it is. Maybe it's how you send people home. How do you remember WrestleMania 18? What were the other shows you mentioned? WrestleMania 13. Think of how you remember some of those shows in the long run. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Leave me an emoji down below or something. Write something after this video ends. We got to get through WWE news now, though, because we care over here. Rey Fenix made his SmackDown debut. Sean, what did you think of this? He faced Nathan Frazier, someone who could do that style.
Yeah, look, Rey Fenix, another poorly kept secret in the world of social media and internet, but he showed up and he showed out, man. Welcome to WWE. I respect him. I appreciate him.
Yeah, the big time crying. It felt like a lot of the Penta stuff too, even the logo, kind of little copy paste. Like,
yeah, very, very similar. Yeah.
I could see it one day where they fuse it, then they show like they're the Lucha Bros and boom, boom, and they have all the stuff with it. So I'm looking forward to that.
Sound point out of you, Conrad.
Lots of potential. Let me see here. Conrad, brother, them tassels ain't going to help them Bucks. I just said you got to try something, man. Like at that point, I don't know what else to say. Speaking of the Bucks, their former tag team partner, Kevin Owens. He announces, I don't know when I'll have the privilege to be in front of you guys again. For now, I just want to say thank you, and I'm sorry, guys. Kevin Owens basically announces a neck injury, Sean, on this show. Honestly, it kind of killed SmackDown for me a little bit. Like, I was kind of sad after, like, dang, man, no Kevin Owens? Like,
look, to me, this is just another example of how sad the wrestling world can be, This may come across as sour grapes, but I said that Kevin Owens should have been world champion again a long time ago. This feud with Cody Rhodes, whatever the case may have been, the times that he continued to lose to Roman Reigns, it's really a shame. It's really a shame, and now he's going to be out for God knows how long. It's a shame. I wish him the best. Godspeed. It's really unfortunate how things can go sometimes, but hindsight being 2020. Well, not for me, it's not hindsight because I said a long time ago Kevin Owens should be world champion again, or universal champion, whatever you want to call it. And it's a shame because now he goes down, and who knows if he'll ever be the same. I hope he is, but neck surgery is no joke.
Yeah, it can be very, very rough, especially in the world of pro wrestling. With that said, we did see an RKO after to Nick Aldis. Is Nick Aldis who you give the match to? Do you go Sami Zayn? You got options here. You got a debuting. You got some people coming back. Maybe you go with Miro. Maybe you go with Malachi if you can get the deals done fast enough.
Nick Aldis, if Nick Aldis is ready to get into the ring again, is the best choice. But none of us really know if Nick Aldis is ready. I like to think that since he took that RKO, that maybe that's a sign that he might be ready. But then again, he took an RKO before, like a year and a half ago. So I'm thinking something along the lines of Sami Zayn, like you said, which a little bit ho-hum for me to throw that together. Maybe Randy Orton versus I'm having difficulty even coming up. Maybe Randy Orton versus Solo Sikoa. I mean, I'm spitballing here,
I'm just glad he's not getting the Bobby Lashley treatment. If you ever wanted to understand why people were upset about that at WrestleMania 39, like we didn't find anything to do but come out with that trophy and that was it. You know what I mean? But I think in this situation, I hope we learn from that Lashley situation and we find him a match, get him into something here, and let's make a quick build out of it. I think Nick Aldis is the perfect person. I wish he had that 10 pounds of gold, the real world's heavyweight championship, but unfortunately, that's not where we're at this point, man.
I'll say this though, if Nick Owens, God bless you, KO. If Nick Aldis is not ready to be in a match, I don't think he should have taken that RKO. I think it's pointless.
Yeah. Well, unless they're going to have him just make a match that seems like a little unfair. Like, whoa, what do you mean? I'm not going to know who my opponent is at WrestleMania.
Okay.
I'm not going to know,
Yeah.
And, I don't want to put the blame on Rey Mysterio, too, for it because he had two matches. I think it was Rey Mysterio or Jimmy Uso where he said something happened with in the match. Honestly, guys, it wasn't from getting slammed through a ladder. Not a dangerous spot.
It wasn't. He said that, bro. He said that.
I'm saying that's how it usually happens. It's a suplex went wrong. I landed wrong on a body slam. You never know. I hate that for KO. He's one of the reasons I watch WWE. Sidebar, I'm tired of these GMs that ain't got hands. They keep getting beat up. Oh, Nick Aldis might be coming with that real world's championship. Mm-hmm. Tonight, Jey Uso has to come back out in a black jacket, no yeet glasses, yeeting through the crowd, and tell him, now I got to get you, Uso. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
May I, Conrad?
Yes, go ahead.
You're gonna be blown away by this, and it's me agreeing with McKinney, but I'm gonna take it to a bigger, larger step. Conrad, you're gonna think I've lost my mind. I don't want to see that brother yeet again until he's the world champion. He should be all business. He should be attacking Gunther. I'm piggybacking off of McKinney's point. He should be attacking Gunther in the parking lot. He should be hitting him with a chair. There should be no celebration until 1, 2, 3 at WrestleMania. Period. Jey Uso, right-hand man, I agree with you completely, McKinney. All business from now until WrestleMania.
Right. And by the way, we had some breaking news. I gotta find some breaking news music here. Braun Breaker, Balor versus Dom versus Penta for the Intercontinental title at Mania. Yo, this show's looking like WrestleMania 2000. I ain't gonna front y'all. There's a lot of multi-person matches here. But
there's also a lot of one-on-one matches too, Conrad. And you got to remember, 2000 didn't have any one-on-ones. We got about 4 one-on-one matches at this pay. Conrad, stop. Look, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I can't see the bottom.
Hold on, I gotta move this.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, all on the left-hand side. 5 is going to be Randy Orton versus somebody. AJ and Logan is what? Conrad, stop, bro. Stop.
Time out. Do you care about what's AJ and Logan about? Tell me.
No, you're 100%
right now. No. I asked the question. Tell me what AJ and Logan's about. What are they fighting over? Go.
Athleticism and who's the better athlete.
Whoa!
Right.
I'm gonna do this on Raw.
2000 had no one-on-one matches. None.
I know, but there's a lot though. There's a lot of 3-ways. There's a little bit more than desire, at least at the top of the card.
I feel you. So. I gotta go on record, bro. I gotta go on record. That's 7 right there. That's 7. Okay, Conrad, look at me, bro. Look at me. Chat, look at me. As God as my witness, and I am not playing, bro. If Jimmy Uso turns on Jey Uso again, I am done.
They're not going to do that.
Okay, I'm just Conrad.
I saw that. I saw that match this weekend on YouTube. They're not going to do that again.
Okay, I'm just saying, bro. Like you can't blame me. If Jimmy Uso turns on Jey again, I am done. Yo, Guy Will Gamble. Guy Will Gamble's my guy. That's 8. Conrad, you got to admit you were wrong about that one. That's 8 one-on-one matches, bro.
Well, hold on. Can we go back in time, though, when I'm saying this?
I know what you're saying.
No. But these matches all didn't look like this at one point. They did not all look like this at one point.
Oh, and Miracle, by the way, Miracle has corrected me. In the year 2000, yes, the Cat did face Terry Runnels in a one-on-one cat fight. So I stand corrected. Pardon me.
You know what? We should have Sean do a rewatch of that and give us his thoughts next week.
Right. No, finish your point, bro.
No. A lot of the U.S. title match was not just Jacob fought 2 at one point. Mm-hmm. Like, we were like, oh, it's going to be Jacob and Solo, and then Jimmy will be over there, Shinsuke.
Yeah.
Great run. Sorry. That's just my anger of Nakamura coming out. Those matches look like they were going to be multi-person matches too. And where's Fenix? Fenix has got to be on this card, right? Like, you didn't just debut someone before Mania. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would hope,
I feel you. All I'm fighting back on you with the 2000 had no, except the epic cat fight between the Cat and Terry Runnels. There were no one-on-one matches, bro. There's 8, bro. 8 one-on-ones.
I can accept that. I just think there's some people missing on this card, man.
Okay,
we'll see.
By the way, the New Day could be defending the titles at WrestleMania. I mean, that's not one-on-one. I'm just saying there's some people missing from the card.
Are Street Profits defending? Do they have a match? God.
And you know something? This one's for Guy Will Gamble. This one's for you too, Conrad. But this one's for Guy Will Gamble. M. Leezy's called this out. Shout out to McKinney. Shout out to Sir Quills. Bro. For anybody listening on audio, I'm rubbing my face and I'm rubbing my arms to make a point. I'm a brown-skinned man. Anybody know where I'm going with this, guys? Anybody know where I'm going with this?
Oh, another podcaster once said that it's not because of that, it's because of the talent. He also got told something last night at the end of a pay-per-view.
Bro, I mean, it's really ridiculous, bro. It's really ridiculous. Look.
It doesn't help when you put on your cape for it.
Listen, brother. Jey Uso, because Conrad, I know, just in case you thought I've lost my mind, Jey Uso is for the culture. But you know what? Jey Uso is not a black man. No, and I'm not saying that I love Jey Uso, but what I'm saying is, guys, hey, chat, you see where I'm going with this thing? Hello? Anybody see where I'm going with this thing? You talk about lack of representation. Lord have mercy. I mean, Conrad Cushman, my brother from another mother. This is ridiculous. This is out of control. If the card stays the way the card is right now,
bro. McKinney just said that Street Profits and Motor City's at Mania.
Is that right?
Well, I know they want a number one contender. I thought it was next week. Someone in the chat tell me if I'm crazy. I thought they said that was next week, but
even so, I mean, that'll be not. You know, that is better than one is better than none. But Lord have mercy, Conrad, brother. Listen, brother, Conrad.
I'm with you. You know, I've been saying it for a while. Like, hey,
bro, and then when we question Triple H's integrity, we get blamed. We're called haters and we're out of control. Come on, man. This is nuts.
If not that, do better. You know what I'm saying? Like just
please, and let's not act like chat, Conrad, my brother from another mother. Let's not act like we don't really believe what we think is going to happen, which is the Street Profits are going to defend the titles on SmackDown.
Is it crazy to think too about Sami Zayn? I know I'm switching subjects here.
No, that's fine.
Where's that, brother?
You're probably doing the right thing by switching subjects because we want to keep a show.
No, not even that. But where's Sami Zayn? Like, how is Sami Zayn not on this card? You gave him you gave him that moment last year.
Yeah.
I don't know. And maybe he'll be the one to face Randy too. I don't know.
All I'm saying is this. Good point about Sami Zayn. All I'm saying is this, guys. This is not about me getting up on my high horse. Guys, there are no black men on this show. I mean, like, I'm not being Conrad, and you listen. You always mute me when you feel like I'm going to get us kicked off the air. Am I out of line for saying that?
No.
There are no black men on this show.
Where's the lie? You're not
right. There are no black men on this show.
Listen, I'm glad that Triple H put Jade versus Naomi on the show. I was getting worried that this was about to be like the SmackDown main event before the Hall of Fame, and I was like, "Hey, yo, don't do this."
But there are no black men on this show. There's no black men. I know I'm repeating myself, but brothers, listen, from the bottom of my heart, chat, listen, y'all know me. Conrad, you're my friend. There are no black men on this show.
Awesome! I came to play. I'm sorry, I had to be
okay. Well, let me shut up.
Bro. Get those cornballs out of here.
Yeah, but it's okay. I'm gonna leave it alone.
It's a fact though. Like it's not there. You show me. You showed me there were Kyra. There's not that many multi-person matches. You showed me that. Fair.
Yeah, no, but you know something. I don't want to be that guy, Conrad. You know me, bro. Chat, y'all know me. I'm just saying, bro. Like, bro, there's no black men on this show. Like, respectfully, like, I'm not trying to talk crap. There's no black men on this show. Come on, like, this is crazy.
Oh wait, so McKinney said I thought they said mini. See, McKinney, I thought they said next week they get the title shot.
Yeah, I thought it was next week also, but I hope I'm wrong.
Carmelo Hayes, worst number one pick since Old Lakambi.
You know, and I appreciate people like M. Leezy and y'all. I've already called out, but I'm talking about our Caucasian, Caucasian and or anything other than African American, you know, whatever. Anybody who's not, you know, African American. I appreciate y'all also because y'all know I'm not coming at this on some like, you feel me, Conrad? You know I'm not coming at this on some like, oh, you know, trying to cause trouble type vibes, bro. I'm just saying there's no black man on the show.
Hold on, I'm trying to get an answer to Doug's. The last time a black male wrestler won a singles match by pinfall or submission was Bobby Lashley over Austin Theory, SummerSlam 2022.
Oh my dear God. Oh my dear. You're frozen, by the way, Conrad. But oh my dear God.
Yeah. Apologies. Yeah, I think my thing's screwed up here, so you're just gonna have to deal here.
Yeah, it's okay, bro. Let's move on. Because honestly, the more I talk about it, the more it bothers me. But okay, I think you're back, by the way, brother. You know, we, you know, for we. All right, bro.
Let's hit this Dark Side of the Ring review real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
So this is how quick you're gonna get to see who it was about. Some guy named Ludwig Borga. We don't ever speak of him again. He had Nazi tattoos. He was a piece of garbage. And this is the one time on Dark Side of the Ring. Usually you're like, you know, I feel for that guy a little bit. No, this whole episode, I did not feel for Ludwig Borga at all. I could care less. He was an awful person. Had awful problems. And yeah, he had a lot of weird tattoos. And I'm not talking about the racist ones. Like, I could care less about this guy after I saw this, Sean. It made me just detest anything he's ever done. And I'm like, yeah. And honestly, as a wrestler, he wasn't that good.
I wasn't a fan then. I'm not a fan now. I'm not going to speak ill of the dead, but he was an interesting guy, and I mean that in not the best way. And you know, dude has to, you know, live in the afterlife with the consequences of his actions. But if you watch the documentary, you'll see that people who were very close to him had a lot of things to say, and they weren't positive. So it is what it is.
And that's not good after you pass, if that's how people feel.
Exactly.
Next week's episode, Big Van Vader. I'm hoping this is a good one. Hopefully it brings me up to a little more cheery here. But I'm looking forward to that episode. Vader was awesome. Me and Sean will do a review of it next week for you guys as well, for sure. And we're going to do a quick rundown of Monday Night Raw and then get you guys right on out of here. We got Seth Rollins on tonight. El Grande Americano returns to action. Wonder who that guy is. We have a women's Intercontinental Championship match. The tag team who is going to be wrestling on SmackDown are going to go up against each other. Yeah. Dominic Mysterio and Penta will go one-on-one. We got Jey Uso, Gunther on the show. I think Gunther's about to get a little comeuppance for what he pulled last week. At least I hope Jey catches him because he's got to get him, Uso.
And we gotta honor this particular. First of all, MJB and this dancery, we appreciate you, bro. Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. Look, real quick. Tiffany did what she felt she had to do. I'm never a big proponent of going off script because it takes the other person off guard. I thought that I'm not look, and you know I'm not a Charlotte fan. I thought Charlotte hit her with a good comeback. The problem is the cadence. Tiffany needs to learn how to speak in cadence because she's a little bit, uncomfortable in her speech, but not as uncomfortable as the fans booing Charlotte out the building. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, and you could see that stuff's really bothering Charlotte. Like, she just broke down crying about the Andrade stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I could just tell she's going through something, like, personally, like, outside, and you could just feel it. Like, I think you've mentioned it. Like, something just seems not right with Charlotte since she returned.
When you feel like altering your, and this is no shade to anybody who gets body alterations, that is your choice. But when you do it as much as Charlotte has done, there's something that you're trying to fill some kind of void. And that woman, Charlotte was never respectfully. Charlotte was never my type per se. I'm sure I'm not her type either, whatever. But she has altered herself to a point where it's a little bit uncomfortable. And I feel bad for her because it's not just about how she looks. I think Charlotte's heart is broken, and I hope that she gets better because there's something going on.
Sean, let's get out of here, man, before looks like Raw's already started, but let's get on out of here.
Yeah, man. I mean, great show as usual, man. We want to thank, on behalf of Conrad and myself, we thank the chat for their wonderful participation. Look, Conrad, identifies as what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God. Help me out, Conrad.
Yeah, everything.
Right. Yeah. Right. And I identify as who I am, a black man, and Conrad is, a black man, but like multi whatever. But the point is, this is not about race for us, but sometimes we have to just put a light on things because we want everybody to have a fair shake. There's certain things that stand out. Big shout out to MJB in the building. He just blessed us with a tremendous $20 super chat. He says, "Hold up, Oos. I love them off the top rope. Going AG against going off the grain promos." Amen. Amen. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your kindness and your generosity. Look, here, we just want things to be right in the sport and entertainment genre that we all love. 9 seconds for Kofi Kingston. Sasha Banks losing in her hometown a month after winning the title, or 2 weeks after winning the title on Raw. Goes back to Boston, loses it in Hell in a Cell in her hometown. There's just things that hurt and bother us. So, I hope that WrestleMania does not come and go without proper representation of the talented African Americans on this roster. But we're still going to watch the show. We're still going to have fun. We're still going to bring you guys the very best in professional wrestling each and every week here on Clash of the Podcast. We just got love for everybody, and we want that love to be shared properly. So with that being said, on behalf of my good friend Conrad Cushman, my name is Sean Hubbard. Please be aware of our upcoming WrestleMania week schedule. I thought a lot of people were reaching out on social media. A couple of quick programming notes. Number one, I will be going live on Friday, April 18th, with a special guest before WrestleMania SmackDown for a very special WrestleMania Hubbonomics episode. Look out for that. During what we all predict, it's not official yet, but during what we all predict will be WrestleMania Saturday, I will be going live during the Jey Uso versus Gunther match. Please be tuned in for that. Conrad and myself, and I think our guy Derek, will be going live immediately following night 1 and 2 of WrestleMania with our post-game shows. And in a very special episode of Clash of the Podcast on Monday the 21st, Conrad and I will be going live during Monday Night Raw for a WrestleMania Fallout Monday Night Raw watch-along. So make sure you guys are ready to rock and roll with us all week long, in addition to our normal programming, which is Conrad and Derek with their AEW review every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. And right back here, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time for Clash of the Podcast. So with that being said, as always, God bless, be encouraged, and always believe and remember that evil never prevails. Until next week, peace.